Hey guys, um, so here's a bit that's a lot of it's not funny. It's my job to usually make people laugh at these things. Well, I fucked that up at first. Burp. At first. Anyway, so fucking stupid. Um, that burp actually works later for part of the bit. It's just Rick Sanchez it right now. That makes me seem like a genius. I get to rip off Rick and Morty and appear smarter than I really am. Depression, guys. Oh. 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 I seem to cover that topic a lot, even in bits that have nothing to do with it. And lately, I'm going through changes, and it sucks. They're not good changes. They are getting worse by the day, and some of it's my fault. Most of it's not anymore. It used to be the opposite. I used to be the fucking moron in charge of all of my stupid decisions. Lately, God is like, I am bored of this. He has to suffer regardless. And this might sound, like Seamus, you're not taking blame. If you've seen any of my other videos, I'm good at taking blame. I love blame. Okay, blame is not lame, and that's remained the same. But I just want to say this because I also had a mental health video, and I don't even remember if I said this. I don't think I did. But there's comedians, several, but the main one, and I'm not going to just even joke about it. I'm going to call him out, Neil Brennan. He has 2 funny specials. He is very good. He's the guy that co-wrote Chappelle's Show, even though he's white and Irish. Because God knows that's what I should be doing right now is continue being white and Irish and compare myself to someone as successful than him. High to tie. But he has a special where he just goes back and forth from doing one-liners to bits to completely unnecessary and putting the show to an immediate halt. Word stuff about his depression. First off, he's a comedian. If you're a comedian and you're not depressed, then you're not funny. Like, even close. Kevin Hart doesn't seem depressed. What's he got to worry about? He's playing the freaking, I think he was in like the Broncos Stadium streaming that live. He ain't depressed. All right. Eventually, Dane Cook, he wasn't depressed. And when he got depressed, you never heard about him again. You got to be depressed if you want to do comedy. And I applaud the comedians that take that part of their lives that is so universal to others, and they need to talk about it. We all do need to talk about it. We just don't do it appropriately. And amazingly, somehow, joking about it gets the message through. It's the same reason we joke about politics. It's the same reason the Daily Show existed. You will remember this stuff when you can laugh at it. You'll notice the absurdity when you can laugh at the entire situation, just viewing it from a whole. Okay? And depression's no different. It's a very difficult conversation to have, but it's a necessary one. And this is the way I want to discuss it. I know people whose depression is way worse than mine. Ah, shit. Plush seal should be the other way. And I know people whose depression is worse than mine, and I feel for them. I'm not on the same level as them. There's different kinds of depression. But I got to give all the kudos in the world to comedians like, Maria Bamford, who really led the way, and I'd say Patton Oswalt too. But, younger millennial ones like Pete Davidson and Bo Burnham, because they're all brilliant and they make me feel better about myself, knowing that they can take their struggles and they are so confident. They are so confident that they can do the thing that the whole point of doing these stupid bits and sketches and just the whole point of trying to be a comedian, at least I hope it is for you, is to make people laugh. Well, it's more than that. Smile. Make them smile. You smile when you make them smile. I'm always trying to joke. And it's not a good thing. I can't, there's a limit. I need to take, I want it, but it's how I take stuff seriously. And at times, it doesn't help. But this is a very important issue to me. I'm joking about it nonstop, and I'm finally taking a serious moment to say it because it's not a bad conversation to have during, a stand-up monologue. The issue is you got to do it before the stupid stand-up. Are you fucking, oh my God. Yes, engage the audience. Let them know that this is a very important issue. You've got this perspective. You need people to know it. Do you know what that's called? It's called setting up a bit. Oh my God. Have the conversation. Make everything else the punchline. There's the serious part you start with, and then you add the absurdity, and presto changeo, comedy that makes sense and is universal and helps you learn. So Neil, you're hilarious. It's great, but you're bragging about you're bragging because you talked about TMS treatments. That is a fucking commitment, okay? My therapist, and God bless her, and maybe later I'll do my bit about her, needed TMS, and it's I believe, if the math is correct, it's 47 treatments. You need to go several times a week, but it's effective. But it's a lot of work and money. And I'm guessing you had some free time between co-writing the Chappelle's Show in 2003 and then releasing some Netflix stand-up bits. Some shit happened between 2003 and 2000, whatever. Between then, streaming services didn't exist, man. And here you are in Netflix trying to make depression about yourself. Dude, I'm going to tell you this right now. Nobody gives a shit. You didn't do anything to help anyone. And if you did, those people are fucking stupid and not nearly as depressed as, they want you to think they are. It's about everyone else. It's about the message. How do you do that? You relay it in a way that, comes from a real life example. But if anything, could be a warning to the masses when it comes to this shit. So I my hope was to make that rant 3 minutes so that most of this could be comedy. But it's an important issue. And if I do the entire bit as I want to, then it'll definitely make the rant make more sense. But Neil, I love you. You're fucking hilarious. But my new favorite album aside from Pink Floyd, The Wall, Blood on the Tracks, Bob Dylan, Person Pitch by Panda Bear, Year Zero by Nine Inch Nails, and Silent Shout by The Knife. Number 6 is Inside by Bo Burnham. It's just like The Wall, except about being a dude my age. Yeah, I was born in 1990, same as him. And I mean, he, with the depression and stupid shit I did during the pandemic, you watch it and you see what he went through. I mean, I can only imagine the horrible psychology. But what did he do to get through it? He made fun of it. And he did a masterful job. So I'm going to try to do that at least, for a little bit. Because, again, this is a setup. This is a setup, but it's an important one. Okay? It's the first 5 seconds of a joke on The Daily Show. But now we're at 9 minutes and 40 seconds. So, at the end of the day, though, folks, I'm not here to bitch about Neil Brennan. Well, clearly I was. But I am good at breaking up the different kinds of depression. You know what I mean? Like there's a bunch of there's depression when you break up with someone. There's depression, of course, when a loved one passes away, and there's depression when you stub your toe really hard. It's just it happens. It's unavoidable. There's different kinds, and I think we should categorize them. Me, I'm called a BUL. I am a bull with only one L, and not being able to have two L's is depressing. But what does a BUL stand for? A broke, unemployed loser. Oh, I am familiar with this one, folks. As if that's not fucking the most obvious thing if you've seen any of my videos, and in fact, maybe even from the speech. Yeah. Oh, the BUL syndrome. I love it. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. You know, do you know what the BUL system is? The BUL depression system, which I'm trying to clearly advertise like it's a pyramid scheme. It's like having a second daddy. You've got another father figure. There's nothing wrong with your current father figure. In fact, you're depressed at how much he's helpful, and it's not enough. Ah, yay. But daddy depression, oh, daddy depression's there. You know, he's a third parent. You could have two parents that love you to death. Usually, if you're super depressed, it's either there's only two ends of the spectrum. You had nothing, you had to crawl through the garbage, or you have everything, and you don't even know the proper definition. You don't know the dictionary definition of garbage. And I'm the latter. So you know, daddy depression comes there. He knows what kind of shithead I am. And he's like, hey, champ, hey, bud, I'm sorry. He talks to you like you didn't make the team, just like, bud, here's some orange slices and a koozie. I'm sorry, kiddo, but listen, hey, you know what we're gonna do today? Guess what? We're gonna go home and we're gonna masturbate and drink all day. All right. It's been going great so far, but hey, better. We're not going to drink any water. Instead, we're only going to drink diet soda and diet energy drinks. I mean, you're going to live it up, champ. You're going to be living it up today. Forget all about this stupid fucking baseball team. You don't even like baseball. Hey, the Bills won yesterday. Yay! You know what? That's something that you can focus on instead of, the real issues and making yourself feel better. How does that sound? Do you want to spend 5 hours on ESPN.com and Bleacher Report and NFL.com reading the same goddamn article and seeing the same goddamn stats you have 5,000 times? Yeah, it's great. But you know what we're going to do while we're doing that? Listen, you better not get out of either your Dragon Ball Z pajamas or your Bill Zumbas that you haven't washed in 2 weeks. You got to put those on. And if you need to go in public, you're either going to put your normal pants over those or you're just going to fucking wear them. Maybe it's game day. It's the Zubas. Yay. It's a Buffalo thing. And anyway, hey, listen, kiddo. Hey, listen. What if you just sat on the couch and oh, yeah. Before you sit on the couch. And I'm sorry for even forgetting. That's you. Before we go to the couch, pick a show that we've seen 5,000 times before, but maybe even spice it up. Yeah, your go-to is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but how about some classic Simpsons? Haven't watched that much lately. SpongeBob. You still love SpongeBob. Watch SpongeBob for 12 hours straight, okay? Find one episode you like, and then go from there. You don't have to get up to the couch. You have to just piss and shit yourself so you don't miss a moment of SpongeBob. Well, that's what Taylor Swift fans are doing, so fucking go for it. I haven't tried that yet, but depression, I mean, daddy loves to spoil you, so we'll see what the future holds. You know what I mean? Daddy's always there for you. But hey, before you do all that, you just got that Adderall prescription that usually you're pretty good about moderating how much you take a day. You take all the fucking Adderall you want. Oh, you are wired and high out of your mind, and yet you're completely still. Hey. You want to be like David Putty and just stare into the void forever? Thoughtless. Peaceful. Not only am I going through changes, there's another Black Sabbath song called Into the Void. And one of my favorite Nine Inch Nails songs, as you can tell I'm a fan, is also called Into the Void. Well, I tried to save myself, but myself keeps slipping away. Hey. Do not avoid the void. You don't avoid the void. This is a good one. You do not avoid the void like you avoid the noid, okay? You need all the pizza you want when you're depressed. That's all you fucking eat. Wings too. I mean, the void is what chases off the noid, all right? And God knows you got to keep him out of your shit. So, hey. You know how you want the cherry on top? You know how you're gonna end the day, buddy? We're gonna end today. Okay. So, you're clearly already wasted. Ready for kiddo? We're going to go on Facebook. See, just make some random post about the most random thing that has nothing to do with anyone. Tag one of our friends we haven't talked to in a million years. Put in the comments, not on his page anymore. And rant at him that he's a piece of shit for disagreeing with you in the slightest. Granted, some of the stuff is, social issues, conservatives versus liberals, and, there's the bit I did about heaven and hell and, Democrats and Republicans, but that's neither here nor there. You're going to go on there. You're going to make a stupid ass comment that you're going to hate later. You're going to get even more depressed for it. And you might even burn a bridge forever. And you're going to try to make it better, but it's not going to help and it's not going to happen because you're drunk and daddy is in control. You do not defy daddy. Depression daddy dominates. Don't you deviate. Dumbass. Daddy depression. I love you, daddy. You spoil me so much. I mean, again, you can't replace my physical dad, but, he's like the uncle I love my uncles too. He's just the one I never had. And he's here. Parents are on vacation, or I'm on vacation with them, and I had a shit time, and dad's coming back to the hotel. And it's great. Love reigns supreme. Fucking rainbows everywhere. And yes, fucking leprechauns and pots of gold at the end of them. That is submitting to daddy's will. Daddy's in charge, and don't you fucking forget. But daddy loves you. That's what he tells you. But do you love yourself? No. At least you love daddy. And see, I think I didn't make the funny parts as long as the depressing parts. But aren't you so glad that even if you didn't laugh, but you watched the whole fucking thing, this is how it ended. It's an 8-minute punchline to a very intense 11 minutes setup. But Neil, just get your shit together. Be like Bo, who was questionable in the one bit, and Inside's now one of my favorite albums. That was a Freudian slip, but I've been recently diagnosed with Asperger's. So I'm going to go kick Elon in the balls for being Elon.